on the podcast. My partner back there, we got Nate the Great Man coming back once again. You know, fellas, before we even go further, just let the people know, your social media handles, where they can reach you at, anything you guys might have going on.
Well, on Instagram on Jacob_official to reach me there. I post some stuff there, so yeah, that's for me.
What about you, Nate?
For me, you guys can go on Instagram, check out Nate PLK, and on YouTube, I go by N8T3 period, and that's pretty much it. I just post stuff, talk about things. That's really all.
All right. And now, with no further ado, let's get back into this talk about the Knicks, which is the main focus right now of the sport world in New York City, man. The last time we spoke about the Knicks, we talked about just how they had dominated the Hawks and what we expected of the Philadelphia 76ers series. At the time, I figured the Knicks could beat them in 5 games, 4-1. But if they played well, I could see the Knicks sweeping. I didn't call the sweep, but I did say if they played to their ability and the way they played in Game 6, which was a record-setting display of basketball dominance against the Hawks to close it out in Atlanta, if they played like that, they could absolutely sweep that team. And lo and behold, they ended up doing it. It was a phenomenal performance by the Knicks. The Knicks blew out the Hawks by 51 points in that game. And, an NBA record, one of the top 3 defeats, wins over another team in NBA playoff history. So fast forward to this Philadelphia 76ers series. The Knicks won 4-0. Absolutely dominant performance. Only one game that was really close at hand, which was Game 2 at the Garden. And I mean, honestly, this is the highest level I have ever seen this team play in the years I've watched them from 79 up, where it's consistent ball movement, outside shooting. They're playing inside out. They're cutting, moving without the basketball, rebounding, playing for one another. It is a joy to watch. It's a joy to watch, And in that series, the only thing that I kind of worried about was the fact that I thought the starting 4 for the Celtics were very formidable, man. Especially with Embiid. I thought Embiid, and a lot of people said, oh, he was injured. Listen, man, we played Embiid 2 years ago when he was injured. He still was dominant. Even if you don't have I don't think you'll ever have a totally healthy Embiid. But nevertheless, it just shows you the level of greatness that is in his game, man. He just dominates. He just dominates the game. Just with his skill, his touch, his defensive prowessness when he can move, and his ability to take a game over. So to watch the Knicks go to Philly, and listen, I was close to going, but it was Mother's Day, and it was, birthday celebration for my daughter, so it couldn't do it. But we were there. What was it? 2 years ago. 2 years, 24, right, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some of that video and those shorts I've uploaded to the channel, so you guys can watch. Just go into my channel, Agape. Go into Fanproz playlist or go into Shorts, and you'll see a lot of those shorts that I reposted, so you guys could get a vibe of what the atmosphere was 2 years ago. But after Embiid trying to shut down Knicks fans from getting in there and saying he'd help them out if they need money, and Philly trying to do everything they could to shut down ticket sales for Knicks fans, I knew it wouldn't work because I was there, and the 76ers tried to do that. They vowed to never allow that to happen again. For the closeout game, which was 2 years ago, the Knicks beat the Sixers in 6 games that year in 2024. They tried to shut down all tickets for that Game 6 in Philly, and it still didn't work. Knicks fans still invaded, still came there. You still heard their presence, and when the Knicks closed them out in Philly, they still celebrated. So I knew there was no way they'd stop Knicks fans from coming in there. And they came in, they supported, and they gave the team energy. And the way the New York Knicks played for those 2 games was a sight to behold. They put the NBA on notice that they're not only going to be satisfied with just getting to the finals, they want to win this, and they can win this. And if they play to that level, I can see the Knicks winning the finals, man. I've always had confidence that there's something special about this team. But the way they've played through these first 2 rounds, man, I mean, they have been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, man. So, once again, and who do we got out there? All right, we see you in the chat. What's up? All right, appreciate that. Appreciate that. We thank everybody that's in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Give us, speak out, give us your experiences. Let's hear from you out there, man. Yeah, let's hear from you, man. All right, but again, after the Knicks was finished their execution in Game 3, and then putting them out of their misery in Game 4. I mean, I was blown away. You know what? You guys think of Game 3, Game 4 against the Sixers. I never imagined the Knicks would be setting records, and I thought the 51-point demolition of the Hawks was huge. I never thought I'd see a repeat of it in the closeout game for the next series on the road again. 40-something points, man. I mean, 25 three-pointers in Game 4. Tie NBA record. 11 3-pointers in the first quarter. Tied an NBA record. I mean, what do you guys think? Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead, Nate.
Like you said, it's just like really just impressive how they were able to just like step up this new level, and like you said, they're setting records in their like the 3-point shooting, their ability to just stay focused throughout the game, and just keep like putting like pressure offensively on defense.
Yeah.
I think it's been really impressive what Brunson was able to do. How he was able to take a step up, and I really like how their offense now is like they really feel like it's on one string. Everybody is connected. Everybody is
Absolutely.
getting involved.
Yeah.
And people are stepping up, and they're hitting big shots for us.
Yeah.
Cat, OG,
Proof.
Mikhail.
Oof.
So and I like how defensively as well they were able to.
Yeah, man, the defense is through the roof, dude. Oh my gosh.
They were able to slow down Maxey. I think they held him to like under 20 points for the series.
Yeah, bro, they just blitzed Maxey. Right row doubled him, man. Threw hard doubles at him. And when he at the press conference, he even said that. Like, you know what, they were just blitzing me. He says, what could I do? I had to give the ball up. Now, there were a lot of times Maxey should have been more aggressive, but I thought the Knicks, it's one thing when you flash a double. It's a thing when you're blitzing somebody and you're right in their face and you're aggressive with them. You're physical with them. And I think Maxey never saw. I don't think Maxey's ever that type of defensive pressure in any playoff game he's played.
Yeah.
So it was very, very impressive, man. And then the length. This is one thing I say, and I'll pass it to Nate quick. The previous series 2 years ago, when we saw them, the level of Knick defenders now is exponentially better. Like, the main catalyst who shut Maxey down in this series, that shut him down, but really bottled him up and made life tough for him, was Mikal Bridges. He wasn't on the team 2 years ago, man.
Yeah.
You had a steady diet of Mikal. OG back then, who OG primarily would try to go on to Maxey, but he was too slow, Maxey. Mikal was just right.
Yeah.
He wasn't as big as OG. He was as lengthy and could chase him around and bottle him up, along with Hart. And then I could free OG up to switch off on and beat at times off of George. So, I mean, yeah, bro. But I mean, what they did to Maxey was key. We shut Maxey down, man, from what he normally did.
Yeah.
Celtics series, he was torturing him. This series, nada. Yeah, man. Yeah. Nate Dogg, what did you think of this Philadelphia 76ers series that just passed? Knicks 4-zip sweep domination. Put the league on notice. What did you think, brother?
Well, first of all, this is something new and historic for the Knicks. So they're calling it the Mother's Day.
Yes.
This is something in the books. That's what they call it. And the Knicks, they got a postseason record with 25 3-pointers made, man.
Record.
And this is the best sweep the Knicks has ever had since '99, man.
Yeah.
So
I remember that. The
what
Atlanta
we're
Hawks. Yeah.
unfold in our eyes is something being stamped in the books. This is history in the making.
Yeah.
Man, this Knicks team is just wonderful, and I love how this time everyone can contribute.
Yes.
And it's not the starting five. There's been multiple points where guys had a chance to just quickly come off.
Yeah.
And come back in, and just recharge momentarily, and that is just the way to play basketball. I wanted to touch on what you mentioned when you said, listen, the Embiid we're going to see is always going to be the same Embiid. He's going to be an injured Embiid. Ever since we had the continuous injuries, that's who
he
Embiid
is. That's
who he is.
So this whole, we didn't have face a health Embiid. We faced who he is.
Exactly.
And he is still dominant despite that.
He's able to manipulate the game in so many different ways. It's still unfortunate because I wanted to see one of the best rivalries between Cat and Embiid, go down. And Cat took that time to execute, and he took advantage. He took advantage 100%. He did not go easy on the circumstance at all. They have a rivalry. He's still going to go on the court and put in work. Listen, same old. Paul George did not show up.
Ooh.
Paul George did not show up.
Ouch.
VJ Edgecombe, he has to adapt. He's a rookie. He has to adapt. Maxey was their guy. Maxey was your guy, but he's not a player to rely on. He is your guy to facilitate the floor. He's supposed to blitz. He's supposed to be blitzing. And breaking through the defense and messing up the chemistry. But instead, it was the other way around. And I feel like 76ers seeing that, they were like, man, we're done. We're done. We're done. And even though, Embiid was still able to score 20 and up, in his circumstance, the last matchup, he had 24. He had 24 points. Maxey had 17, but that still just wasn't enough, man. It wasn't enough. Honestly, needed more out of their top players, which was Maxey, Paul George, and I think what's crazy? I believe what Embiid did in that series was enough.
Embiid was good. This is what like if you've heard me during this live, just this topic, I want it to be said, and this goes against this media narrative, and we'll lead into this conspiracy theory nonsense right after this. But it goes into the fact that every time I heard a media member talk about the Sixers and the Knicks and their dominance, there's always a reason to try to explain it away. One of the big ones is, Embiid, they fought a unhealthy Embiid, and he was hobbled. And Embiid is right behind Karl Anthony Towns, who's right behind Jokic or Wemby. Take your pick. But you can interchange either of those. Those are the four best centers in the game of basketball. They're the four best centers in the game of basketball. So Embiid, we just came off a playoff series where he dominated the Celtics and was one of the main reasons. Sixers were losing that series again in the opening round against the Celtics until Embiid came back. The minute he came back, the series turned around. They came back from 3-1 down and won, and he dominated. He didn't just play good, he dominated. He played excellent in this series against the Knicks. The problem was on defense, he just couldn't get to his spot. But Embiid still got blocks in the game, man. And he still disrupted in the paint. So it wasn't like he was a walking turnstile. The Knicks would just get him in pick and rolls, which for any center is hard. The only center I know of that can traditionally cover on that right now is probably Mitch and probably Wemby, that are quick enough as seven to in the post to come out and get up on the shooter on pick and roll, pick and pops. So I don't get down on Embiid like that. I thought Embiid was great. The Knicks won because played some of the greatest team basketball offensively and
Yes.
defensively I've ever seen.
Yes.
They hit 3-pointers at a record pace. The ball movement, the backdoor curl, the backdoor screens, and constant movement with the basketball. Cat at the top of the key, seeing everything and being able to spot options. Freed up Jalen Brunson later to do his thing. Not only score, but then become the secondary ball distributor, man. Where JB was getting assists as well, man. You know, I thought it was and then the Knicks bench, man. And I said this in the preview. I knew this would be the case. I knew Shamet was going to have a big game against the Sixers because he's had before in the regular season. And I knew it was a matter of time. Shamet would not keep playing back. And he obliterated them in that closeout game and in the game previously where he played great. I knew Deuce would come alive because Deuce is clutch. Deuce McBride is a clutch player for this team. If you look at the nucleus of this Knicks team, there are certain players that when they came onto the team, they immediately contributed in the playoffs when they were given a shot. And it didn't take them a while. It wasn't a Julius Randle where Randle was just bad in the playoffs. And I think he had maybe 1 or 2 good games for us, and that was in the Cleveland series. But he was just bad, man. Deuce McBride, right off rip, clutch, very good player. Josh Hart, very first playoff game, and me and Josh watched that earlier today, just going over the comparison and the matchup with the Cavs versus the Knicks. Their very first playoff game years ago. I think this was about 3 years ago when they started out. In Cleveland, Josh Hart, dominant first game, 17 points, 10 rebounds. Jalen Brunson, very first playoff game, 27 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. This was the first playoff game they played for the Knicks. So, OG, the first time OG became a Knick, man, the Knicks won, I think, about 8 games in a row, 8 or 11 games. They went an incredible win streak in the regular season as soon as they got Obi. So the Knicks have catalyst players that know how to play in crunch time that immediately had an impact on the team, man. So you combine that with going up against teams that I see. The first teams they faced were very top heavy, had very good starting fives. I thought it was solid. Yeah. The bench is where they lack. Now entering Mike Brown, where he's spreading the ball out more. He's giving guys off the bench more of an opportunity, more rest for the starters. So now you have a fresher starting 5. I thought the Sixers. I thought Nick Nurse was running the Sixers into the ground, man. With the minutes was crazy. And it's like, bro, you got a bench, man. Like where's Drummond? Where's somebody? Where's Grimes? Quentin Grimes. Yeah. Quentin Grimes averaged 20 plus points for them a couple of years ago and the second half of the season. Last year, Quentin Grimes balling. Why are you not playing him more, man? I mean, so this Knicks team, the bench helped us win this series. The starting 5 helped us win. JB was his dominant performance, 33 points. What do you have? 5 rebounds, 5 assists. A complete clinic by him. None of them could stop him. No. You know, Kenny Oubre with his clowning and his trolling. Oh, he got a big head and his braids. That's how he's able to get by you. He cooked them, which I know we would. I mean, we talked about with Dyson Daniels in the last video. He cooked Dyson Daniels, who was good. So the Knicks right now are they are in their stride. They're in their peak. Like any of you Last Dragon fans out there, they're like Bruce Leroy. They got that glow on them right now, man. They're ready to go. They're ready to take on all the show-nuffs of the NBA playoffs, man. We're ready. So, I mean, just phenomenal record-setting performance by the Knicks in the second round against the Sixers. And I mean, and just lastly, talking about the Sixers will rebound. I think that they just need to add to their bench. They lost a lot from their bench this year, and it showed up. It showed up magnificently, man. You need a bench to win in the NBA, man. You need a bench. It cannot just be your starting 5. You need guys that can come in, that when they're in, they keep the pace going. If it's a lead, they add to the lead. Don't just give it up right away. What used to hurt us in the past, the Knicks, when we started out under the Randall era and sometimes our bench would lose that lead immediately, and Tibbs would panic and start playing the starters way too much and running them down, man. I think you can that can happen. You keep playing someone huge minutes, it catches up to you. Circa segue into this last series, Detroit Pistons versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. 7-game series. The Cavs win it in a massive blowout against the Pistons. We'll start there. I thought Cade Cunningham, as great as a player as he was played way too many minutes, man. I think that JB Bickerstaff did not use his bench properly. You gotta give Cade adequate rest in the game, man. You can't run him down into the ground. It's bad enough he really is the only really main option on that team that you fear, that you game plan for. No, he has to do a lot of it by himself. It's hard enough when you're the facilitator, the point guard, and you got to score, and you got to rebound, and you got to defend the opponent's best guard. That's not easy, man. It's not an easy thing to do, man. And I think he wore down in the end. And he had one of the worst games he's had in the playoffs. 13-point shot, horrible, man. And the Cavs, that was the best I've ever seen the Cavs play. They moved the ball. I mean, their offense, along with Detroit's offense, to me, I think it's very stagnant. I thought it's too much one-on-one, too much ISO. It looked like our offense last year.
Yeah.
And it was just ugly to see. But I think the Cavs played very well. It was a lot of ball movement, back to cuts, curls. I love to see that. That's winning basketball offensively. And defensively, the Cavs played on a string. Now, still a lot of weaknesses there in that game that I saw. And I'm going to let you guys talk on that Detroit Cavs Game 7 in the series. James Harden, 0 for 6. I tell you now, they come to that. They come in and play us with a James Harden like that. The Knicks will sweep them. They'll sweep them. I'm just being real with you, man. They have to pick up their level, man. If they're gonna play this Knicks team, you cannot have James Harden having 30-point games but 8 turnovers. That's not gonna cut it against the Knicks. The last series. What I also had said in one of the predictions against the 76ers, which could bode true in this series as well, the 2 best ball handlers on that Sixer team was Maxey and VJ. After that, they really didn't have any guards or people that can handle the ball, that can distribute the ball. So I knew that, you know what I'm saying? I knew that the level of steals and turnovers were going to be high in that series, and it was. It led to a lot of fast break points for the Knicks, and also threes in a fast break. So this particular series, the Cavs the Detroit had one guy that handled the ball, and Cade, oddly enough, has some of the highest number of turnovers of any other point guard in the entire playoffs, man. There was nobody else to handle the ball. They had Jenkins, who was good, but he didn't play him enough, man. JB waited till it was too late to put this guy in and play him, man. And then you look at with Donovan Spider Mitchell, the great Donovan Spider Mitchell, and then James Harden, future Hall of Famer, older, but future Hall of Famer. Those are your 2 ball handlers. After that, and Dennis Schroeder, I'll give them that.
Oh yeah.
So they have 3.
Amazing piece.
Yes. So they have 3 ball handlers. So we'll see. Outside of that, it's those 3, but we'll see. Outside of that, how they're able to do, man. With the Cavs. But I knew that he would be worn down. It's a one-man team, the Pistons. They don't shoot good from the outside. They're one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league. And I knew it would catch up to them. If they would have advanced and played us, then the Knicks would demolish the Pistons. And it mainly because the outside shooting, they would not be able to keep up with the Knicks and their level of 3-point shooting and their accuracy. They wouldn't, man. They wouldn't. But was I surprised at the Cavs series? No. I predicted the Cavs to beat the Pistons in 6 games. So, I was off by 1. But and the main reason I made that prediction is I just could not see a one-man team beating a 4-man starting lineup that was solid and then that had a solid bench, man. Matt Strus, Dennis Schroeder, those are 2 incredible pieces right there off the bench, man. So I mean, for the Pistons, was it a successful season? I was a failure. You can't win 60 plus games, man, and lose on your home floor by nearly 30 points, 31 points, man, in a closeout game 7. You cannot do that. It is an unmitigated failure. And you had no injuries. A couple of years ago, when we lost to the Pacers and that blowout loss in the Garden at game 7, our whole team was out and injured. No, the only person we had there was Dante. Everybody else was out. OG, Brunson, Hart was hurt. They were out, man. It was a mass unit. This was different. You guys were healthy and you got smoked. You got smoked, man. So I mean, listen, the Pistons have got to look themselves in the eye. They need to make moves. They need to get Cade help. They need to build a bench again. And I mean, they have to decide if they're going to pay Duran. Duran, to me, I hope this puts to rest this stupid saying I used to hear for this year, and it came from Detroit fans, but also I heard other people in the NBA say it pissed me off. Jalen Duran is the best center in the East. Can we put that to bed? No. He is not on the same planet as Karl Anthony Towns. Like I said before, Karl Anthony Towns is the third best center in the league. All right? Jalen Duran, he's young, 22, but he choked. I heard, and I'll finish it with this. I heard Draymond Green make in his pocket. I thought he had the best, because I heard a lot of people killing Duran, and rightfully so, but Draymond Green had the best saying, man. He said basically that during the playoffs, and it's true, during the playoffs, the number one thing you do is going to be shut down. And the further you go, the number 2 will be shut down. Because you're being scouted, and you're going up against the best teams in the league. Man. Yeah, and it's the best team in the league now.
And I'm seeing you tomorrow. Man.
Yes. So all the lobs that he was in, pick and roll and run to the basket and lobs, they shut that down. Yeah. And you gotta remember, it's not like Mitch, where Mitch is not a main offensive focus of our team, so he'll get free for those lobs. They're not going staying at home on Mitch. They got to worry about the other 4 guys that can average 20 points and kill him. You're talking about Duran, who's supposed to be your second best player, your all-star, your go-to. All the attention is on him, man. And they shut him down. They took the lobs away from him and didn't know what to do, man. So for Duran, you got to work on your game, work on jump hooks, work on post-up moves, bro. Work on an outside shot, consistent midi. You need to work, my brother. You need to. A 3-point would be great, especially in today's NBA. All of the top 3 centers I named, Jokic, Wemby, especially Cat, can hit that 3. Embiid can hit that 3. Can hit that 3 and have hit that 3 in the playoffs. You can't be any different, bro. You need to work on your bag, man. But, you know, it was a disappointing season for the Pistons. But, you know, I like JB Bickerstaff. I think they'll be back. And hopefully Duran works on his game. Pistons, you got to sign. Well, what else you going to do? You going to let him walk? You're going to be up against it. So, you know, that's pretty much it. My analysis on the Caps. Detroit, what did you guys think of that series, man?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think for the Pistons, yeah, like you said, just the 3-point shooting killed them. 3-point shooting, they have no other scoring threat outside of Cade. And it really, like, showed a lot in this series and inside of the last series they had with the Magic as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, like, this is their second Game 7 they end up going to. And
Yeah, I'll say this. How about this? I'm going to ask you this. If Franz Wagner didn't get hurt in that series, do you think the Pistons would have won that series or lost?
Oh, yeah. Pistons would have lost that one. Pistons would have lost that one. Yeah, especially, like, in, like, closing moments, like, they were not playing well against the Magic. And they would have Franz, another scoring option next to Paolo.
Yes.
Yeah, they definitely would have. I don't think the Pistons would have won that one.
Yeah, I don't think Bane is a number 2, man. Bane is more of a number 3. We talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
When he was on the Grizzlies, he was more of a number 3 behind Ja and then Jaren Jackson.
Yeah.
So to put him up as a number 2 scorer, you're asking a lot more of him. You know, that's where France needed to. France was that number to Pablo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know.
He needed to step up too, man. He had horrible games.
Yeah.
Man, P5, man. That series, honestly, Pistons was not supposed to, like, I felt like they had a chance. Magic has to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
But, P5 early on in the series, he was not dominating.
No.
Like, I feel like too late he found out he was 6'10".
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Like, and I know, obviously, in that specific, Pistons are a little more, they know a little more, and they're more skilled in terms of being in that place.
Yeah.
And being in the playoffs and playing as a team.
Yeah.
Because the Magic just, they made some trades and a new matchup was put together.
Yeah.
But, man, I don't know. That Magic's had them.
Yeah.
They could have won. But it was just surprising seeing them go to Game 7 and make it off of such a touch series.
Yeah.
And then make it to Game 7 again for Cavs, because I believe Cavs was been supposed to send them home.
Yeah.
Pistons are coming from such a difficult series. They were been supposed to get sent home by Donovan Mitchell and James Harden, man. I was fuming seeing Allen not being the guy he needs. I was fuming seeing typical James Harden, with all them turnovers.
Oh, he was horrible those first 2 games.
Yeah,
he was bad.
It was just horrible. And then Mobley, he wasn't horrible, but he also wasn't killing the way he was supposed to.
Nah.
This was not supposed to go to Game 7.
No.
This was not supposed. The Pistons do not have a scorer. The only scores that they can rely on is K to play make and Robinson the open. Everyone else, the Thompson twin, Jalen Durham was absent. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, Tobias Harris was their number 2.
Exactly.
Keep looking at Tobias Harris. We talking about the same one from way back that played with the Clippers.
Exactly.
We talking.
He had to put it somewhere.
Yo, man, it's
he
crazy.
Had to put it somewhere. I don't know where Stewart was. I don't know what happened to the dominance and the grit coming from Stewart. I don't know where he was.
Yeah.
I didn't see him do much.
And JB wasn't playing him a lot. JB wasn't playing him. Yeah, he wasn't playing him.
I don't know.
But I heard he was injured, but still, you gotta play your heart of your team, man.
Yeah.
If Duran's that bad, you gotta bring in Paul. And Paul Reed was out playing him. Listen, man, that's a guy in the offseason. I mean, whenever he's up for free agency, that's a player I would love to sign. And we looked at Paul Reed a couple years ago when he was a free agent, man. That's a guy I would love the Knicks to get, man. He's just a gamer, man. He's a gamer, man. But you guys,
really good. One thing I do want to say, Schroeder. Oh man, Schroeder is becoming that Rondo. Schroeder is such.
Yeah,
but he's become. I'm not like he is obviously a gap.
Yes.
But in terms of the fundamentals, man, Schroeder has such a high IQ. He's such an important piece of in the team. This is why so many teams want him. A lot of people talk about how Schroeder has worn dang near every single jersey in the NBA.
He's fearless, though.
But he's fearless, and he knows how to facilitate, man. He is such an important piece. And, seeing him in that Cavs jersey was amazing. And you can beat a team where you have two of arguably the best scorers in the NBA right now, Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. There's no way you're beating them, and on top have guys surrounding them to help them out. There was no way Pistons was beating the Cavs, especially coming off of that series they had with the
There's no Mobley on the Pistons team, man. Jared Allen, they know Jared Allen on that Pistons team. I mean, to me, if James Harden played better, they would have won in what I predicted, 4 games to 2.
Exactly.
But it was a cool series to watch. For me, I'm a huge Donovan Mitchell fan. Love Mitchell, Spider Mitchell. He wanted to come to the Knicks those many years ago. I'm glad we never made the trade. Danny Ainge, the Utah Jazz, when Spider was there, he wanted to fleece the Knicks. He wanted Mitchell Robinson. He wanted RJ. He wanted picks. So it was one of those moves that I was glad and I was pissed that the Knicks didn't get him, along with a lot of New York. But in the end, I was kind of glad he went to a place where he could be the man. We got JB about a year later. JB, it took time because it was really Randall's team at first, but it took time for JB to kind of lay the groundwork where it was unquestioned it was now his team. And I think Randall, although he was a leader, Randall still dealt with a lot of mental issues. I think he was kind of cool with thinking back and letting JB kind of take over those huddles and be that team leader that the team needed at the time. But Yeah, for Spider, I always support him. You know, love Spider. He's a New York kid. His dad, was a front office guy with the Mets, so he had huge ties to New York. You know, one of those guys he and was excited to. He thought he was coming. He thought it was a done deal until it fell through at the last minute. So I support Spider. Root for him, just not against my team. Not against my team. Not in the series a couple years ago when they beat the Cavs in that opening round 7 game series 3-1, and not this time around where we'll go head to head against the Cleveland Cavaliers starting on tomorrow Tuesday at the Garden, man. So we'll segue into that. Um, predict how do you? Well, I'll start with you guys. I'll start with you, Josh. How do you feel so far about the matchup, the Knicks versus Cavs? Like, what do you think, just off the top of your head? You go, Nate go. I'm after you guys, man.
Yeah, I think the Knicks have a good chance of winning the series. I think um, yeah, just with how they've been playing, just with Brown, their new offense, and having him now understanding how to use Cat. I really don't think there's a player on that team that could stop Brunson or Cat.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And yeah, just like the same, just like same thing. We have like the defense to put on Harden. We have length that can disrupt Harden.
Yeah, Mikal.
Mikal.
Game changer.
OG. We have 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think like the only one that could get in Knicks trouble is Donovan Mitchell, but
yeah, Spider's gonna be Spider.
Yeah, he's gonna be Donovan Mitchell, but I think yeah, just the overall just layout of the teams. Like I think like the Cavs are pretty much outmatched at like most positions. I think Donovan Mitchell's the only one where it's like shooting guard position wise, where he could disrupt the Knicks or give the Knicks problems offensively. But besides that, I think like the Knicks have like a good chance to beat them. Like I said, we were talking about we was watching the series from
the previous series
with the Cavs.
Yeah.
And yeah, it showed there that Brunson then was giving the Cavs work. Brunson then was playing well, was scoring, was hitting clutch baskets.
That was 2023. Knicks against the Cavs.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now with less attention being on him because they stuffed to account for all the other scoring options now on the team with Cat and OG and Mikal, I think now like it's gonna be even easier for him to score. And it's gonna be even easier when they send double teams and he kicks the ball out.
Yeah, exactly.
The shooters are
double team.
Yeah.
Get vicious on that double team.
Yeah, man.
So
get vicious.
I think if to guess like what the series would be.
Oh, you predictions now, okay. You don't have to do it, but if you want to do your prediction now, you can do it, G.
I'll wait till
Yeah, all right, that's cool. All right, Nate Dogg, what do you think about this series coming up with the Knicks versus Cavs? Just your feelings, things that you've seen, just observing the two teams this year in their storied playoff histories against each other. You know, I'll go after that. I got a wealth of just knowledge and memories up here, man. You guys go.
Man, I think it's green light for Knicks, man. There's so many guys. Like if you go from player to player, obviously JB and Donovan Mitchell will go at each other. I think they will find a way to Harden, man. I think Hart and Mikal will rotate and try to double Harden. It'll be Allen against Mitchell. I think Allen against Mitchell. I think that will go pretty fine. I don't think they have a guy that will successfully and efficiently guard Cat.
No.
They don't, man. And just their rotation, man. I think they got too many guys who contribute.
Right.
For the Cavs, especially if they play the way that they played against the Pistons, man, we're blowing them out of the water, man.
Okay.
Honestly, and the only thing that has me thinking, I'm not gonna say it scares me, but the only thing that has me thinking is the officiating. You know, if they officiate and they give Harden a lot of free throws and they give him a lot of 4-point plays, that's going to be a very annoying game to watch,
right? And
a very annoying game for them to be in if the officiating is on Harden's side. But listen, man, we are one of the best defenders in the NBA, man, and having that skill and going up against Harden with all of his turnovers, they gonna be giving us buckets. Yeah. We're gonna literally, it's like we get buckets. We're gonna play defense to get the bucket, but then you're giving us buckets as well with those turnovers.
Yeah, that right there is a huge point of it, man.
You know what I mean?
Harden has been a turnover machine for the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, bro.
And so far throughout the entire season, we've beaten the Cavs every matchup without James Harden. Our last matchup, I believe, was in February.
Yes,
we lost to them.
Yeah, but 109-94.
We lost
in Cleveland. Yeah.
So definitely, obviously, James Harden being that plug into the Cavs was obviously a benefit for the Cavs.
Yeah.
But man, that was one game, man. Each other for potentially 7 games.
Yeah.
And I think we shut that down, man.
Yep.
We shutting that down. The resume of the Cavs right now, in terms of playoffs, and our resume. Listen, we're smoking barrel now. We're hot. It's very important for our guys to have a lot of time to rest. We're rotating well. We can smoke Cavs easy. It's just we got many guys, man. We got way too many guys. It's just the officiating that kind of. It's like, man, do we let James Harden score 40, 50? Every game, do we give him those 4-point plays?
I don't know if Harden could score no 40. He have a heart attack. This Harden, this Harden gonna be in ICU trying to. And if you let him do that or go for that, that's to our favor because I think he's gonna be. If Harden goes for 40, you better believe he's gonna be shooting 40 shots or 60 for the 40. He's a volume guy, so I mean, I welcome them trying to win it through Harden, man. My view of this Cavs series, I'll start with this. Just the history of the Knicks versus the Cavs in the playoffs. The Knicks have fared very well against the Cleveland Cavaliers in their history. I remember years ago, I think it was 1996 or 97. I believe it was when the Knicks went up against Terrell Brandon, who was an all-star guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers back then. This was under the Patrick Ewing Knicks. The Knicks won that series 3-1, man. And they played tough. The Cavs always play tough, but the Knicks always have a way of being able to win in their backyard and take care of business at the Garden. The Knicks, I think, they have the cachet to beat the Cavs. Fast forward to 2023, the series we were talking about earlier, and the Knicks winning that 3-1. That series, the Knicks were not picked to beat the Cavs in that series. The Knicks were a 5 seed. The Cavs were the 4 seed. The Cavs were viewed as the immensely more talented team than us. They had Darius Garland, who was an all-star. They had Donovan Mitchell, who was an all-star, and then they had the budding superstar and Evan Mobley at that time. And they had Jarrett Allen. So that team then was a very good team. They had a Cora, who was a very good defender. They had a red-hot Karis LeVert. So that was they picked to win. And then remember this, and I kind of saw this when we were doing our review of just the past Knicks playoff games to kind of get a feel for then and now. In that series, Jaylen Brown was out 3 games, man. Injury. He came back, played great. Julius Randle was out for I think 5 games with an ankle injury. Came back, little shake, but played great in game 1. The Knicks won that game right off the bat in Cleveland. I think it was 101 to 97, something like that. And that set the tone. That particular Knicks team that won 3-1 did not have OG Anunoby, did not have Mikal Bridges, and did not have Karl-Anthony Towns. That is huge. You're taking out that team that had, let's say this, let's do it like this. instead of having RJ Barrett, who was a very good player for us, love RJ always, and did his thing in the Toronto series against the this same Cleveland Cavalier team early on. But minus RJ, who was limited shooting the three and was an okay defender, so. We had Julius Randle, who could shoot the three but was very shaky with it. And Julius did not play great in that Cavs series. He had one good game one, and then he played a good first quarter in the closeout game, the game 5, but was really not that good in that series. You take him out and not and can be not that great of a defender as well. We had Hardenstein. Hardenstein, very good, gritty player, could pass the ball, but offensively, was not scoring the ball like that. You had to either give him a lob or run a pick and roll for him to score. You take and he was shaky defensively at times going up against star bigs. Take those guys out. Now you're putting Karl Anthony Towns, third best center in the game, best shooting center in the game, and one of the best passing centers in the game. You're putting in OG Anunoby, one of the top defensive players in the entire NBA, one of the best two-way players in the playoffs right now, and in the NBA right now, playing at his best, coming off injury, which was why that 7 series and the 9 days of rest that the Knicks got was so huge. I think OG will come back refreshed and ready to go. But you put him in it, and then you add in Mikal Bridges, where you would have had RJ. Mikal Bridges shoots the three better than RJ, longer defender than RJ, better defensive player than RJ, better mid-range shooter than RJ. I mean, so what I'm getting at is the Knicks team now that this Cavs team will be facing, from that Cavs team, 3 players remain from that we beat in 2023. That's Donovan Mitchell, that's Jarrett Allen, and that's Evan Mobley. That's from that earlier time. The team they're facing now is infinitely better. Infinitely better. It's just not even on the same league, man. And then you add in Mitch, who was the MVP of that series against the Cavs 3 years ago. Mitchell Robinson dominated the Cavs throughout the series, especially the closeout game, where this guy was just scored like on 3 straight offensive rebound putbacks. I mean, he single-handedly out rebounded the Cavs team offensively, killed them. Brunson was great in that series, but Mitch was phenomenal. He was the MVP, unstoppable, absolutely dominated both bigs. Now you're not only having Mitch, but now you're having Cat added to the mix, man. We in that series, our low post guys outplayed the Cavs low post guys with just hustle and grit. Now we have a bona fide 20 and 10 guy on our team who can choose the best outside shooting 3-point center in the game. He's going to be drawing them out from the rim, so they're not even going to be able to get those rebounds. You mix in Josh Hart, who is coming off the bench then, but now is starting, the best offensive shooting guard in the NBA, best rebounding shooting guard in the NBA. I think the Knicks will control this series on the offensive glass and through rebounding. Right now in the playoffs, guess who's one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the entire playoffs? That would be the New York Knicks. And won that last series by rebounding the basketball. They did it in game 7, but they will not be able to do that in this game. The Knicks have too many bodies, man. They're low. They have low post threats now that I don't think the Cavs are going to be ready for. And then they got Karl Anthony Towns playing out of his mind right now. The ball distributor, man. The passer. Over the double teams, looking over the players, being able to scour the landscape and see who he can get the ball to. And then pump fake if nothing shows up, pump fake and then drive to the lane. And still dish off, which he did to Mitch in that closeout game for that dunk. I mean, I'll go straight into my prediction because I'm excited thinking about it, man. If the Knicks played the way they played in these playoff series, I'm being very honest with you, man. I think the Knicks can sweep this Cavs team. I know it sounds crazy. I think Jay Williams from ESPN, I predicted the Knicks could win it. The Knicks should win it in 5, 4 games to 1, and everybody went crazy. It's not crazy to me. I've never seen an NBA team play like this on a playoff run in the years I've watched the NBA, man. Even the great dynasty teams, and I'm not saying this is a dynasty team, but the way they're playing is on another level. Defensively, offensively, ball movement, moving without the ball, shooting 3-pointers the way they are. I just think the Knicks are too much offensively, man. The Cavs don't play defense like that. The Knicks are not a one-man team like Cade Cunningham, and I don't think they're ready. I think when Cleveland played Toronto in the first round, they had a lot. That Toronto team had a lot of injuries by the time it got to the seventh game. So different. This Knicks team is healthy. They're not a one-man show anymore with Brunson. No more Tibbs, ISO. Brunson shoots a gazillion shots. That's over. Everybody touches, everybody eats, everybody, like Josh said, on one string. I think the offense is too much for them. And defensively, I think you can see a heavy diet of Mikal on Spider at times. You're gonna see OG maybe switch off on Mobley, sometimes on Spider. I think and they're gonna attack James Harden. James Harden is terrible defensively, so they're gonna go right at him. Same way they'll try to go at JB. I think as much as people talk about JB, James Harden is worse. He's terrible defense, so they're gonna go right at James Harden, man.
Donovan Mitchell's not the best defender neither.
Yeah.
He's not the best defender.
None of them are. That's the weakness of that backcourt. They're small, they're shorter, smaller, and they don't play defense.
Yeah.
So I think that the Knicks will take full advantage of those opportunities, man. So my prediction, and it's an addendum to it, if they play the way they played in the Sixers series, with that precision, with that dominance, I think the Knicks can sweep the Cavs. I think the Knicks have a better starting five. I think they're a better team. I think the bench wise, I like the Cavs bench with Schroeder, and this is a key factor for the Cavs that I didn't mention. One of the people, and I told Josh about this. One of the people I fear the most off that team is Max Strus. If they keep him in the starting lineup, I think that can be dangerous because Strus in that 2023 playoffs against the Miami Heat, that was the team we played next after we beat the Cavs in the first round. Max Strus on the Miami Heat destroyed the Knicks. He absolutely obliterated it. I was tired of hearing his name, man, after that series. I said, I don't ever want to see this guy again. So he's one of the biggest concerns I have going into this, along with letting Spider become too much of a playmaker in this series. I think the Knicks need to keep doing what they're doing with the star players, which is what they've been doing. Blitz them off pick and roll, blitz them when they touch the ball, aggressive double teams. They did it with CJ McCollum after they finally woke up and realized this guy was killing them. They had to shut him down. They did it with Maxey. I think there's no saying it's nothing different. They're going to do it with Mitchell. Mitchell's going to be blitz with that, along with single coverage with Mikal, who's longer and quick. And I believe the Knicks can win it in a sweep. If they have a hiccup or don't show up, I think they can lose a game. But that's my prediction. If they play the way they played these first two series, it's a sweep. If they fumble the bag a little bit, I'll say they can lose one game. So I'll lean sweep, barring they play the way they've played. If not, I can see the Knicks winning in 5. But I'll go 4-game sweep. I think the Knicks are on. I've never seen a team play like this in the playoffs. Because I've watched defensively, I think probably the Golden State Warriors a couple of years ago when they got KD for that first go round. But this team is on another level, man. Another level. You guys go ahead. Give me your predictions, Josh, and then your predictions, Nate. And we go from there.
Yeah, I'm going to say the same thing. I think originally I was going to say 5, maybe 1, but just thinking just how they're outmatched 3-point shooting wise, and even when it comes to, like you said, size as well, because even size wise, like like the same or bigger than the Cavs.
Absolutely,
So, then I think like there's really no edge the Cavs really have over the Knicks. So I think, and then just the scoring options on the team, and then Harden right now is struggling, and the turnovers that he's causing. I think
absolutely, man.
yeah, especially against this Knicks defense where like putting we're having Mikal and OG shut down these all-star players. I think going against the older James Harden now, it's like I don't really see any like other option besides Donovan Mitchell they have on their team, or like you said, Max Strus. So even then, if the Knicks just keep a body on him, that's it. Yeah, it was like the main reason why they kind of was struggling inside that Miami series. Just kept leaving.
Leave the shoes open. Left them open.
3-point shooting. I think besides, they just keep a body on him. It should be a pretty smooth series for the Knicks. I think they should win, and they should be able to sweep the Cavs.
Okay, so you're on the sweep with me?
I think so, dude.
Give me some. Give me some. Give me some, bro. Give me some.
Sweeper, man.
Sweeper. Listen, mine is conditional. They have to play the way they played against the Sixers in that round. If they can keep that stay pace going, I think they can do it. Because they're smart enough, they're strong enough. You know.
I think the only way they drop a game really is, like you said, they don't come out the way they've been playing, and you know that the Cavs have it inside the back of their minds that like when they lost before, and you know that they want to kind of like prove the media wrong or
I think it's not a fluke.
It's not a fluke.
They deserve to be here.
And it's Donovan Mitchell, like you said, him being back to the Garden, and him this being his first conference finals that he's in. He's him and the Cavs, unless it's like the Knicks just don't come in focused and they like end up being like they end up dropping the game due to that. And then just like not, like you said, playing with the same intensity they've been playing with. Like
man. The 9 days was just for rest to get you guys going. Don't come out lack. Go for the kill. Immediately. You're healthy. The 9 days for OG to rest up and your ailments to rest up. Go in there and blitz those guys. Man. Go ahead, Josh. You finish up.
That's one way I see them dropping the game. Really.
Game one. That's it.
Game one.
That's the key. That's the addendum. If they lose game one, it'll be, I think the Knicks will win. But the Knicks win game one and do it in the fashion and the manner in which they approach the game one against the Sixers. That's gonna be a sweep, man. I'm telling you that. And I just think they got it, man. They got it. That glow is on them. They got it, bro. They realize it. No more lackadaisical, dropping the ball. I think that game 2 loss at home Hawks and game 3 loss in Atlanta scared them and woke them up, especially that coach, and it let them realize that everything can change if we this is not last year. And even last year, those blunders, those dropping the ball moments in game 1 and 2 against the Pacers at home cost Tibbs his job. And Tibbs is still not. He'll probably never be hired again as an NBA coach. So that's how important this series is. But I think the Knicks know that. They've approached the playoffs. So all right. So I'm 4-0. Josh is 4-0. Nate, though, you last up. What you got, bro?
Yeah.
Join the sweep crew. I don't know.
Me personally, man, I think they win every way possible. Yeah. Whether if it's a sweep, whether if they, which they won't, take game 7, 6 or 5. Okay. I feel like the Knicks win every way possible. I think their key thing is to not let Donovan Mitchell be a playmaker. They don't let Harden be that offensive threat. They don't let Mobley be that defensive, player of the year. Yeah, exactly. So as long as they don't let that happen, it'll be fine. Mobley, any team will lose if they don't play right. Yeah. That's the only way we're thinking about the Knicks losing is if they don't do what they need to do, what they need to do.
Or play how they've been playing, how they've been playing for this playoff.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
I feel like no matter what fashion the series will go, they're going to win. They're going to win no matter what. My take is they'll win in any possible way.
Nah, bro, you got to give us a prediction. Yeah, you got to give us a prediction, right? On, man. Prediction.
Man, I just think, the net. All right.
You can do it.
I want to say sweep because look at the Cavs, man. They've gone to game 7. They've gone to game 7, man, with teams that the Knicks demolished. Yeah. The Knicks has not gone to game 7. You know what I mean? They've been taking care of business.
Yo, how about this stat, bro? The 22 losses the Knicks had in these entire playoffs about 1 point. 1 point.
Man,
that's why I'm on my sweep thing. I think they can do it. I think they can do it, man. You, Nate, no pressure.
I'm the reason why I'm hesitant. I'm not worried about anything. It's just because the Cavs also had a phenomenal game. When you have a phenomenal game, you just gravitate and you build off of that. You know, the Cavs just had a game to close out. Pistons, and I feel like they can come and bring that energy in. I feel like when you're a team and you just came out of a series and you're about to go into the next series, you're not going to do what you did last series. You know, the way that Mobley and the way that Allen were playing, I feel like they would play much better because they would obviously know and realize, okay, we're going up against a better team here. Yeah. We're going up against a way better team. So their performance would obviously be much better.
Yeah, and they played good.
They played good. Exactly.
That series, they played good, man. They were bad at the beginning of it, midway, but they played very good the back end of that series, especially game 7. So, I think the Cavs, I'm not saying sweep to downgrade the Cavs. Yeah, I just, it's more of how in awe I am of how this Knicks team has been playing. I don't think you guys realize the level to which they've been playing. The Knicks broke records, tied records, all-time playoff records their first 2 rounds. And I wanted to lead and close with this. I've heard a lot of these conspiracy theory guys. It's one of the guys that I follow, Casino for Life. It's his channel. Casino is a good channel. I've recently not been happy with some of the Nick hate, that's propaganda this guy has spewed out about our beloved New York Knicks, man. All right? Number 1, the NBA has never been fans of the New York Knicks. They've never helped the New York. In my time, I remember one call that we got ever at the Garden that we really should never have gotten. That was the Hubert Davis 3 against the Chicago Bulls. I think it was game 5, where the Bulls had, where they called a foul on Hubert Davis. It really wasn't a foul, but they for him. And he hit 3 free throws, and we won the game by that margin. I think we over the deficit. Otherwise, the Bulls probably won that game and could have eliminated us in game 6, which they had a strong ability to do. The Bulls, this was the year without Michael Jordan, the first after he had retired. I think it was 94. That was the year the Knicks went to the finals. I'm saying that to say there is no history of NBA helping the Knicks. We can go to last year. A lot of, not only just Carcino, but a lot of these conspiracy theory guys. Oh, it's magnet ball, and the Knicks are getting magnet ball, all this nonsense, and the refs are giving them calls. The shot that Tyrese Halliburton hit against us in the Garden, Game 1. If there's a kind of magnet ball conspiracy, that would fit it. That didn't help us. As a matter of fact, that spiraled us out of control to losing the series. Bounced right up, went straight in the air on a string, and came straight down. I've never seen a shot like that ever hit. If it was anything for a conspiracy theory magnet ball, that was it. That wasn't for us. That was against us. Now the NBA all of a sudden wants us to be the darlings. Like, come on, dude. Listen, man. For Casino, your Pistons, and I like JB Bickerstaff, and I like Cade, man. But they did not show up, man. You got to know that, bro. They didn't show up, man. They got beat down at home by the Cavs in front of all those fans, man. They were a one-man team who did not shoot from the outside all season. They were not a good outside shooting team. They were a great defensive team. But you cannot just have one player and be a great defensive. You need, in this NBA, you need to be able to hit the shot from the outside, and you need more than one option to win. That's just how it goes, man. And this Piston team didn't have it. That's why they lost. It wasn't a conspiracy by the NBA to not want them to win. Were there calls that could have not gone the way of you or others that may be saying it's conspiracy? Yeah. But guess what? That's the NBA, man. You don't get calls on the road sometimes. The Knicks don't get calls on the road, man. The 76er series that I talked about a couple years ago, 2024, you can look at videos that I posted. It's a video where me and Josh do a show from the 76er arena, where we're talking about how the Knicks have not gotten any calls in this series. We won off of sheer determination and grit and heart, man. They were giving calls to Embiid left and right, and Maxey, man. And Maxey. I couldn't even understand how they won, but it was because it's the DNA of this team, this Jalen Brunson era team. This is what people that don't watch the Knicks don't get. It's not a conspiracy. It's just this is the Jalen Brunson era team. This is how they're built. From the day Jalen, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby came on this team, they completely turned this team around immediately. We didn't just start when we started winning and winning in the playoffs. And it wasn't no conspiracy, magnet ball. It wasn't no referees giving us calls. It was the DNA and the makeup, the mental makeup of this team. All right? That it is. Is it all of that stuff is just sour grapes. And it's people that whose teams have been eliminated that they're mad and they're jealous. Also, those fans being jealous of Knicks fans, who we've said time and time again are some of the best fans on planet Earth. They travel everywhere. They're all over the globe. And a lot of people don't get that. Detroit Piston fans, a great fan base. I love Isaiah. That's one of my top 5 guys all time. My mother, rest in peace. Loved Isaiah. That was a favorite player. So I'm always going to have love for the Pistons. But their fan base is not the New York Knicks fan base. The Knicks fan base is worldwide and global. And before this playoffs is over, the NBA and everybody out there, you're going to realize it. I've been saying it for years on this channel and living it. You guys will see, though. And that's the 6th man that we have. And that attracts a lot of hate, a lot of jealousy, a lot of hate. You know, I get it. We invade your arenas and you hear us louder than you guys. But it's okay, man. But all the conspiracy, NBA's chief, stop it, man. Stop it, man. Jalen Brunson gets fouled continuously and doesn't get calls that time. Sometimes he does, but he doesn't get a lot of calls. Cat gets fouled. The Knicks get fouled a lot and don't get calls for them, bro. All right? Everybody goes through it, but we go through it a lot. The Knicks never used to get called MSG. Josh, do you remember all the years we would go to these games and we used to scream like, yo, that's a foul? Come on now. We're getting a little bit more calls now at MSG, and that's a problem. I'm here to tell you, we never got that, man. All right? Maybe it's the NBA realizing now that the tide is turning, and we got to be a little bit more fair to this organization. What's wrong with that? It's not wanting to win or any of that stuff, man. So Sour grapes, never good in any season. That's a quote from Diana on V. It's a series back in the 80s. I always liked it. I thought it was dope. All right? Sour grapes have never been in season, man. All right? The hate, all of that, the conspiracy, all of that, man. It's none of that. It's this team. This team is that team. All right? That's what it is, man. All right? You guys got any closing thoughts? Because we got a little bit of time left on any of this conspiracy theory. The NBA wants the Knicks to win. Adam Silver all of a sudden loves the Knicks. It's like, really? If he loves us, why didn't we get 60 wins like the Pistons and home court throughout? Really? Really? He wanted. This is the next one I heard. I heard this from Carsino. Oh, he wanted the series to go to 7 games between us and the Cavs. It's like, dude, your team blew a 9-point lead in Game 5. You got smoked at home, and you got smoked. You got smoked at home for the closeout game. You think the NBA did that? Your team didn't show up and choked in those moments, and it's okay. It happens. We did it. But if we want to go that route, we could easily go the Pacers series last year, the first 2 games. We can easily do that. We can do games we played the Pistons this year, where you had bench guys that never shoot the basketball like that. They had Asor Thompson hitting threes on them. Cade Cunningham, this whole playoffs, who's not traditionally a great 3-point shooter, hit threes left and right. Like this guy is Steph now. We could go that route. We could do tit for tat very easy, right? But we're not gonna do that. This is the Knicks time. This is the DNA of this Brunson team. All right, I'm done. I have to get fired up with that. So, yo, you go, and then you close it out, Nate, on this stuff, man.
Yeah, it makes no sense. That's just
Ridiculous.
just straight false. Like, if that was the case, then, like you said, the Pistons would not be eliminated right now. Like the NBA allowed Jalen Duren to become an all-star center, and they were pushing all these narratives of him being the best center in the East, and then now they just want to flip on it.
Yeah, we'll take it back from you.
Yeah, and then if you look at every time the Knicks have played someone or played an opponent, like there's always like it's never really like besides this year with the Sixers, like it's never really like someone on the Knicks like just raising up to the crazy level. Is someone on the other team like we said before, like Max Strus or like a role player they have, or like CJ McCollum becoming like unstoppable.
Yeah, unstoppable. It's on us.
Yeah, like,
we're on the back end of that stuff, man. Unbelievable. We get a good run, and now all of a sudden it's a conspiracy. Let's save that, man. All right. Nate, close it out, man. What do you think about this conspiracy theory stuff? All of a sudden the Knicks do well, and now it's a conspiracy. Where was the conspiracy before?
Listen, man. Knicks have been playing the realest basketball you have ever seen.
Let's go.
You compare this team to every single other team,
that.
They have been playing the best basketball.
The realest basketball, man.
If we want to talk about conspiracy, let's talk about the real conspiracy. Let's talk about real problems. Let's talk about teams putting out their best players in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Let's talk about OKC.
Oh my God!
Out there sliding back to the ref.
What's up with Shea? Is that a conspiracy? Shea Alexander. You breathe on this guy. He get more calls than Jordan. Is there the conspiracy? I don't hear no OKC conspiracy. You know what I hear at OKC? Oh, they're the greatest team of all time.
No, man.
Brilliant team.
No.
You had 3 players complain about Shea Alexander in the first ones, man. 3 players. Devin Booker went on record and got fined along with Dylan Brooks about Shea, man. Like, come on, man. Save all of that. I don't hear none of you guys out there talking about no conspiracy about OKC. You're just like, oh, what a great team. You know why you're not doing that? Because a lot of those fans are jealous of Knicks fans. There are no huge OKC fan base like that. Not like the Knicks fans. The Knicks fans are unlike any fans in the league. We just love our team. We support them through thick and thin. whether they're bad, good, or indifferent. We don't hop on the bandwagon when they're doing well. We rock with them when they're bad, and then we're gonna celebrate them when they're good because we've been through the heartache and pain, man. All right. So all of this, like, come on, man. Miss me with that. Go, finish up, bro. Finish up.
Man.
We lit, man.
The real conspiracy theories are
Nonsense.
Kings leaving out their best players at the last 4.
No purpose.
The real conspiracy theory is this matchup between that we just saw with the Celtics and 76ers, leaving Tatum out for the last game.
Exactly.
The real conspiracy theory is when Indiana was playing, I don't know, Magic basketball, some nonsense basketball. I don't know what that was. I don't know what street they were on. And the real conspiracy theory is the whole OKC organization. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what kind of control they have on the organization. I don't know how much bread and money that they're sliding and putting in the refs' pockets and the organization's pockets, but that's real conspiracy theory. Where it's one of those things where if you had a sign in front of you and you just couldn't read the sign right in front of you, man. You want to talk about the Knicks being conspiracy where there's bigger and more obvious conspiracy theories right in front of you.
Yeah, bro. It's bigger things going on.
Exactly.
Remember Transformers? Great cartoon. More that meets the eye. There's more things that meets the eye within the NBA. The Knicks are at the very low end of the spectrum, man.
Exactly.
We don't have no conspiracy theory. It's just a team that is playing as one and that has been through heartache and pain. This is a steady progression, which everybody should know, and especially Piston fans. If you are true Piston fans and you followed the team like I did back in those 80s and 90s, Isaiah would have told you that. You would have known that. You had to lose in the second round, lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, lose in the finals. It's a steady progression till you finally got to the mountaintop. This Knicks team is headed on that progression. We've lost opening round. We've lost in the second round. We made the finals last year. This is our time now to take that next step. And the way they're playing at an all-time level, which means it's not just about the finals next step, it's winning it. And they have an opportunity to do that. They played the Spurs well and beat them for the cup. And I think this OKC team has not played anywhere near the level of this Knicks team, the way they're playing now. They have not faced no team like that yet. So we'll close it out on that note. We thank you guys for listening to us for about an hour or two. We appreciate you guys rocking with us from the Fanproz. Again, this is Nate. You got all of his, we'll put it in the description box, all of his social media handles, his YouTube channel. Hit him up, subscribe. It's great content, great mind right here, man. And we got Joshua. You got his all social media handles. Hit him up. This is another brilliant mind right here, man. You know, my partner, and as always, it's me, Ian Fanproz. Yo, yeah, show them the shirt you rocking before you go out there. Yo, tag team back again. That's right. All right, so we thank you guys for rocking with us, and we'll talk to you soon. Let's go Knicks. Possible 4-game sweep prediction, but it starts with game 1. Gotta win that. Win that strong like you did against the Sixers. It'll be another 4-game sweep. I think they're just too locked in, man. All right. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Everybody be safe, healthy, happy out there. Peace.